Okay, hold up. All right, EB, hold on a second. It's just weird. Sometimes when I gotta figure out how this connects. All right. All right, EB, hold on a second. I have that. I have that. I have that thing. I'll set it up. But okay, let's just see. But that's interesting. I'm gonna look at that for a second. I'm gonna have to revisit that and when I come back. Okay. Let's see what I got. Let me set this up. Alrighty then. I'm gonna give you the number. All right. The number is 605 562 0444. And then I will give you the pin and the shit. I'll be forgetting that. And then the show ID is 556 1829. I'll be forgetting this. Oh, I'm over here. That's the PIN number. So the number is 605 562 0444. And the PIN number is 556 1829. That's number one. So that's that. I don't like having a million freaking windows open. Okay. And my stream is not even that good. So I don't know if I'm buffering to you guys. Cause it's not even that it's saying it's weak. Okay, so someone joined. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta connect the sounds. Hello there. You're on the line.
Hey, how y'all doing? Ivame, how you doing? Wonderful, excellent, how you doing? I want to welcome you out to the Debbie Stop. Yes, check this out.
Wait a second before you go on. Can everybody hear him? Oh, now they want to take. Well, it's okay. Go ahead with your question. I can hear you.
The question. Okay, the question is: if a white man call a black man the N word, does that mean he's prejudice? Second question: if a black man call another black man the N word, does that mean he's prejudice? That's the two questions.
Y'all need to see my face. Please hold while I find my face. Show y'all my face. No, please hold. Let me, because I didn't connect the screen. I'm glad you couldn't see my face, because if you had seen my face, you would have been like, why did I ask her that question? If you could have seen my face, but you can't see my face. You know what? Y'all are such big troublemakers. Y'all are just such big troublemakers. Let me spank y'all before I answer the question.
Wait a minute. First of all, who are you talking about, y'all?
Because Nicola said you had a good question.
That is a good question because I tried to ask. I did not want to ask you on your live, okay? Because you wasn't talking about that. I wanted to ask you that personally because it's been used so much. You can look up racism and racism. So that's why I had to ask that question. But if y'all can't answer it, it's understood.
Why you think somebody can't answer the question?
Well, sometimes people like Nicole, they just gotta.
What did she? Did she answer the? Did she answer the question?
She's somewhat.
I'll be right
but it is just something that you hear so much, and no matter where you go, it's there. It's always a problem. So I was just trying to figure out, really to be honest, what makes a person prejudiced. I mean, we hear, oh man, the white man, he prejudiced. He called me this, but I just try to figure out if you call yourself that, are you prejudiced too?
Okay. Right. I think you face something very well. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna take a dab at it from my perspective, of course.
Yeah, treat it like that ice cream, that dang ice cream. Now, did you see my face? Oh, you didn't see my face. Okay.
No, I can't see your face.
No, $10 for no. I make my own.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that So the question, you had two questions. You said if a white man calls a black man N-word, is he racist? And then your second question is if a black man calls a black man the N-word, is he racist? So first you have to, the first level of that question is the N-word racist in the first place? Is the usage of the N-word racist? It could be depending on the context. So I don't know what the context of calling someone the N-word is. If we're talking about calling somebody a nigga bitch, calling somebody a nigga boy, what was the other context of it? That could be deemed offensive. And I believe, in my own opinion, to prove harassment, you just have to prove that it made you feel uncomfortable. So any word, and that's the point I've been trying to make as we continue to censor each other, any word that people use can make any level of speech can make another person feel uncomfortable, may be considered harassment at some point in time. But along with being harassed comes some parameters for prevention. So you may have to have warned somebody, what you're saying to me, I find offensive, and I appreciate if you not say it again. Then you've put them on notice. You've told them that what they've said made you feel uncomfortable and that you don't wish for them to do it again. So if it should happen again, then you may have recourse. But in terms of the race conversations that have immediately taken place here on the YouTube out of the K unit sector, I don't find it valid for me to call any of them a racist, being white or black. I just don't see it. I feel that when you deal with people that are racist, they have the power to enact their hate. For example, Hitler, he was, to me, the ultimate racist. He was able to enact his racist acts by, in fact, taking out the group of people he disliked the most. And he was able to do it in a way where they were taken out. That to me represents, he is the highest level of racism for me. Back in the days when there was before there was the civil rights enactment, and when we had civil rights issues plaguing the land, I believe that there were people who could be equivalent to the Hitler analogy and say that they were taking out a group of people. They started with a 3-letter word to recognize themselves, and they were able to take out people of color by killing them, either hanging, draggings, lynchings, whatever method that they were able to carry it out, they were able to execute. So in that, I would consider them to be racist because they were able to execute their plan. Show me in the recent conversations of calling people this, where they have been able to enact a plan that took out somebody. Show me the carnage along the way. All that we have here, in my opinion, is bruised egos. People got heated, said things. I believe that people have a right to not want to fuck with those people, and I respect their right to not want to fuck with those people because they are in fear. And I'm saying words very clearly. They're in fear of the behavior that may come from those individuals. But if they're not and they want to be flexing, you can't call, in my opinion, you can't call somebody a racist, then walk around and say you're not afraid of these people feel the way you feel. I don't see it. But I'm not going to ever say I agree with what was said. Oh, someone point out, don't forget the skinheads. They're worse than anyone who is truly a racist will find a way to execute their hate. And that's what makes them a racist. Some speech today, I consider it to be hate speech. I hope that clarifies my position. Are you able to call in, or you just want me to put you on the phone? The other person that says I want to call in so bad. I ain't fucking with the hangouts right now. No, somebody else wants to comment. Somebody else wants to comment on it. That's my take on racism. It doesn't mean that that's everybody else's take on racism.
Is these long still in there? Because I sure like to hear. That's what the I don't know what she's gonna say on YouTube. She is so deep at the class, and
well, right now she's around. Ivame is around. Oh. She's around, but I think she's taking care of something at home. So someone at home. But Ivame, when she can, she'll write her opinion in here. But I want to be very clear, because I don't like putting the influencers in some uninfluential bullshit that's running around here, right? Those people are entitled to the way they feel, and we respect their feelings of hurt all the way around.
Well, that's understood.
No, it's not understood. No, it's not understood, Eric. So that's why I have to put this disclaimer on it, because people often say when you're talking on events that involve them, that you're marginalizing or downplaying their hurt.
No, you don't understand what I was saying. I was trying to say that that's why I didn't want it to ask like that on your live. I didn't want to ask that on your live, because some people may feel like that, because some questions are too strong. That's why I have to be careful how I ask it. Sometimes folks can get offended by a question being asked.
They're not offended though. I mean, personally, I don't give a fuck. So this is what I'm gonna say to all of them, and you can hide. You can hide, Eric. This is what I want to say to them for the longest amount of time. And now I'm just going to say it, right? Y'all are the worst when it comes down to this issue, right? Y'all, all of y'all out there, y'all made much to do about nothing into something, right? Just to have content on the YouTube streets. That is disgusting. I have to ask you, what are you doing in your immediate surroundings when you come off of the YouTube? Are you embracing these same kind of conversations? Are you having these same kind of heated debates with the people of the opposite persuasion? Hell no, you're not. So why are you up here where you have a platform that may reach millions, has the potential to reach millions, and this is the stuff you want to focus on? You had a disagreement with some people that you was once friends with. You don't like something they said to you in an argument, and you're just taking it out of context for days on days. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Should they have exercised more decorum with their speech? Of course they should have. Does it mean now that you rethink who you associate with? If you feel that you should, then go right ahead and be it. I've had all people like, these people have done this to me, and you're rocking with them. I'm not rocking with no fucking body but Mo. I'm rocking with me. And that's what people need to understand, because they're like, oh, you're doing this, you're hanging out with them, you're doing, oh my God, you're in their room. I was there before this happened. I might have been there when some of this shit happened, and I am going to be there after this shit happens. And guess what? So will a lot of y'all. Because you know why? When I'm in that room has 70 something people in it. Means that even though you are too pussy to write inside, yeah, so I'm using some words now. Because you're too afraid to write inside the chat, because you're afraid of the rest of the society seeing you in there, writing in their chat. You're just hanging out, listening, because y'all are too weak not to listen. That's what y'all do all the time. That's why we have the other people who continue to blossom and grow in their hate, because you guys can't turn it off. And you got to be there. So if you got to be there to watch the other people, then I definitely can be there to watch those people. When y'all change y'all stance on the people you hang around with, then I might consider changing my stance on the people I hang around with. And that's my feeling. And you never know, because tomorrow, a lot of the people that are mad at that family might be back with them again, just because that's just the way it goes. So it doesn't make no sense to even weigh in on some of this stuff, because these people are like the wind. They fly in it. And I don't want to be a part of that. When I say I'm not going to rock with somebody, I'm not going to rock with them. I don't have to make a zillion lives to tell you I'm not going to rock with them. But if you feel like you don't have survival, then you'll do these survival techniques around here to make yourself coexist. But it's all down to the viewers and the viewership. So there's a wide, when you go in there, there's a wide number of people viewing them. And when I'm present, I want all of the 70 something people watching their shit to know, yep, I wasn't afraid like you little punk motherfuckers. I wasn't staying in them little bushes that y'all be hiding under and scrubs and everything else, getting shit up in my hair. I'm up inside their chat saying, hi, how you doing? Because you can't, you're afraid to. Y'all running around here talking all that stuff, but then you're afraid. But why are you in there listening to them? Why are you listening? The people I don't want to hear, I don't listen to at all. I don't go near them at all. And when I do, you know about it. That's all I have to say on the subject. My position is closed. They don't have the ability, even if they were, to enact their racial slurs. They can't cause you no harm with their words at this point in time. But when they rise up to a position where they can cause you some harm with their words and they start to act it out, then I'll be concerned. I'll be more concerned with them. But at this point, I'm not concerned. Feel free, Eric. But you're a troublemaker.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like I said, it was just a question that sometimes when you in somebody's chat, a lot of times it's good to give that host respect, ask that host, you know, because I didn't want to make nothing into a war thing, because it's like I say, you hear things and then you get to wondering, like, wow, and then you have to break things down. Why do you say that? Now, when you was talking about, remember earlier, you talking about birthdays, you exist in the Bible. I feel you on that. No, the word birthday is not in the Bible.
It's not just the word birthday is not in the Bible. I asked you who celebrated their birthday in the Bible.
No, not well. It wasn't Christmas. I don't know to call it a celebration, but I know it's the birth of Jesus. But what got me is when they say died at 32. So my thing is, how do y'all know he died at 32? You see what I'm saying? So that is a good thing to do research. What is the origin of birthday? Because, we use words so much that we don't understand. I don't know the meaning. Well, where did that come from? Or where did this vegetable come from? Where did this come from? You don't never know.
All right. Well, let's go back to that. I have a caller on the line who wanted to speak on the N-word. So I'm going to let her speak. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, this is wonderful. I have a call, y'all, so I hope y'all can hear me. I was thinking, I don't get the fact that we, have to, if we have white friends, you know what I'm saying, like Shannon, can I say their names or whatever? Are we saying names?
You said it doesn't matter at this point.
Okay. If you was down with them for all this time, they hear us say the N-word so much, like they're in our environment. They hear us say it. I know me. I adapt to whatever my surroundings is. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm around that, then it's gonna become my lingo. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna become my language. I can understand how they said it. I'm not even taking up for them. I heard them say it. It sounded crazy. It sounded racist. It really did. Just coming from someone that's, I don't know, if they live in the country or whatever, it do bring back up feelings. And, it just brings back up.
All right, hold on a second. This is wonderful. Excellent. She's speaking.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, he just asked who it was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know. You know what? It just seems like people put so much energy into negativity. Like, y'all been bouncing, hanging out with them for these 2 years. And then all of a sudden, they racist. It makes no sense to me. Bombshell. She, you know what I'm saying? It's like what you said. It's arguments, it's ratings, it's content. How can you take any of this stuff serious? Like, pick a side. It's just content, entertainment. For those that want to sit and just hang out with you, that's how I'm looking at it. Why put yourself in some drama that is not even in your real life drama? This is just internet drama. Have I ever been? I live in St. Louis, Missouri, so I'm sure I've been, had racism against me. I'm sure. But I'm not going to sit and dwell in that. I don't know. Martha, you know my stance on it. Maybe I'm not saying it like I want to say it right now.
I think you're doing a great job. That's wonderful. Oh, Myron's in here talking about who's that on the phone. That's wonderful.
This is wonderful, yes. My thing is, I just don't want. I'm gonna call you a nigga. I don't care who you are. You can be white, Chinese, Mexican, Pakistan. That's gonna be the first thing that come out my mouth, nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So I have to fix that.
Well, 1 second. I was on a live. 1 second, wonderful. I was on a live when she said, "Nigga, please." And I had to go back and listen to it. I was like, "Oh, come on. We say this shit all the time, nigga, please." Like, I didn't.
That's the first thing that come out my mouth. And if I'm going to have some white friends, I don't have white friends. None. Like, I've never had a white friend. So, therefore, when I'm around a white person, I got to change my I can't say that because I don't want them saying it to me. But if that's all they hearing and they in my circle, they gonna slip up one time or another, and then I'm not gonna like that. So therefore, I have to change what I'm saying around him. Nigga to me means just like, look, I don't look at it as saying my nigga, I don't look at it like that. If I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird to me. Because I'm like, why are we beefing over this stuff? If y'all want to let that pain start in you. You can't sit up here and because they said the person that come out of Black Lives Matter, you white cracker, you white this, you hunky this, you that. We say racial things too. So why are we sitting up when they say the shit? I mean, I'm sorry. Listen, why when they sit up and say certain things, we can't just move around. Just move around. If they say the stuff, just move around. It's the internet. What's going to come from it? We can get up there every day and say the same thing. Every day. Look, it's tiresome. It's getting old. Let them people rest. Leave them alone. If y'all feel like it just shows how y'all are. Y'all put up with it for 2 years. When that girl called that other woman a black nigga, y'all stayed in the room. And now y'all expect for us to be mad about it. You stayed. How you gonna stay and be upset because...
May I make a correction? May I make a correction? I heard black bitch, but maybe it was. I heard nigga bitch. I heard black bitch. I heard nigga bitch.
That's what makes it their country. So they don't know how to. I don't know. They knew what the hell they was doing, and they did it anyway. So I can't say that they didn't know what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
1 second. 1 second. Wonderful. What you said, Eric?
No, I was thinking about something. I want to say one for excellent, and I know you've seen it, Monica. The thing with this me, and y'all know I've been me for a long time. So the thing with this me is, why would I sit up there and really get mad and cuss somebody out that I had never met?
Well, so what? Well, Eric is saying that he removes himself from the conversations when they get disrespectful. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah. In some other words, if you don't like what somebody's saying, you have an opportunity just to leave. I mean, it's all right to tell somebody, hey, I'm uncomfortable when you say that. I don't know why y'all saying that, because me personally, I've never seen or never heard white folks call themselves honky and cracker and all that. Now, I heard on the TV when they do a movie, but out in public, when they get into it, I never heard them call themselves white trash and nothing like that. I'm like, wow. But sometimes they get to it, they call themselves the N-word. But I was just trying to figure out if a white person do call you that, are they prejudiced, or are they mad, or are they just saying something to get you a rise? Are they prejudiced? Then you got to find out what the word prejudice means, But me, I just, I tell them, I call me that and keep a stepping. Now, I had white friends, and they just been cool with me. I had friends of our age, so I just, it was just something that just really kind of stuck with me, And I believe, like you said, remove yourself.
Well, I'm the only reason why I'm entertaining it is because if I knew this was your question, I probably would not have asked it. So I'm really pissed at Nicola. But at the end of the day, I think it is a good question if you want to continue having a conversation in that circle of events. And I'm at the point where I'm no longer vested in their dispute.
How much more conversation can you have when someone is saying Master J or something like that? How much more conversation can be had with that? you are taking it back into like a time where it's like you picking that wound. You're making something way, them just three little individuals over there that has been accused of being racism in this spectrum of YouTube. Okay? Don't deal with them. That way they don't become in your circle anymore. Just let it go. I don't understand why they gotta just keep it up. But I don't live in the past. My ancestors was my mama and her mother, and you know what I'm saying? I don't go all the way back. I know my roots. I know my foundation. I have my own thoughts with my racial and my prejudice issues. I'm not gonna let nobody keep me stuck. Okay? I didn't make my kids get stuck in it, and I'm not gonna bitch to have somebody keep me stuck back in that time zone. No. I'm about progress.
Hold on a second. Eric is saying something.
Go ahead.
That's it. Because drama and hatred and all this stuff sells. It sells. And then if you fill out the loop, it's always more bad than anything. Less good, but a lot of bad. And the bad is what sells. But when it's something good, something educational, something that's positive, you don't got too many folks in there.
Well, Eric, have you found from me? Have you gotten the answer that you may not agree with my answer, but have I answered your question?
I got answers. I mean, it ain't just yours because I asked somebody else that. Plus, I put it on my channel, and I got some response from it.
How did you present it on your channel? The same way you presented the question to me?
No, I was just ask the question. You know, the same thing I asked you. That's a simple question. Because if a white man calls you, does that mean he's prejudice? That's the one I put. I put that out there like that. And if a black man calls another black man, that is prejudice. So that's what I try to get. When you say the N word, a lot of people, you shouldn't use that word. You shouldn't say that word. But okay, I hear it all the time. Yeah, we can live that now, but you should say that.
You kind of far from the phone. Go back to the phone so you could be heard.
Go back to the phone?
Yeah. You was away from the phone.
I'm sorry. Okay. Let me see if I can turn this.
No, that's good. Whatever you're doing right now, you sound great. You just need to You sound great. You just need to talk to the phone. Talk straight up on it so that you come through sound loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I was going to do.
Yeah, sometimes when you move your hand around and stuff while you're talking on the phone, it moves it away from your sound.
No, it's just I couldn't hardly hear when I turned the speaker off. I just need to get a new phone anyway. I want to make sure I ain't roughing out because I can't talk loud. Can you understand me now?
Yes.
Raise the voice up just a little bit. Yeah, that's just a question that I had. It kind of disturbed me a little bit, you know, because we use the N word so much, and then I don't use it. I don't. I mean, I'm just, after what my grandmama told me, I just don't. So I try to pick the words carefully because, you know, I don't use the plain language.
Well, can I ask you a question? When you heard its usage, did it make you feel, were you offended? Personally, and on two levels, were you offended personally, and was you offended for the persons that it was intended for?
No, I wasn't. Personally, I wasn't offended because it's words that I hear all the time. I just overlooked that. And then the reason why I asked the question was because it can make a young person confused and think it's because you don't know who's looking at your live. When a young person hears that, they think it's okay to use it, or they think it's okay to say it. But the thing is, when a black man calls another black man, what's up? And they say it, it's all right. But if a white man said, they get mad. Now, they said, oh, he ain't got no business using the word. Okay, but you ain't got no business using it either. Calling somebody a black beast, that's a racist slur. Or what's that? this thing? Monkeys and trying to call them monkeys and country and all that stuff. All that's kind of like, wow, that's very offensive too. So sometimes you have to be careful the words you choose, you know. If you know, and then a lot of times if you know, like if you dealing with maybe a doctor, a lawyer, a high society folks, they can use certain college words you don't understand. They can offend you and you don't know you're offended. You learn it and you like, really? Is that what you really think? So it's just, like I said, words that people say when they see it, I let them know or I just back off. Even in the public. You know, certain conversations, I said, well, I don't talk like that. It's just me. You know, I don't get down like that. Because, like I said, that's just like you call them, hey, what's up, my cracker? That ain't cool. The C word and the H word, you know, it just ain't cool, you know. Because we know when folks go to apply for a job, or you go before a judge, or anybody authority, you know how to conduct yourself. You be like, hey, man, you say how you talk. You talking with some sense. But you get around your partners, you gotta change. Now you gotta talk like you've been talking. And you get around other folks, you know how to be respected.
I want to share some things that Yvonne May is writing in the chat. She said that folks of color say it with a smile, followed by a dap and a hug. Like, hey, my nigga, what's up? What's up? It's like when you know when someone is just being nasty. So she's talking about tone and different usage of it. Different usage of it. I will tell you guys, just from my perspective, right? As people of color, we've learned.
I gotta go.
All right, go ahead.
Monica, yeah, I gotta go. I'm sorry, y'all.
Go ahead.
But I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Okay.
Speak to you later.
Yeah.
Behave.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. I've noticed in our getting on in life, we tend to take negatives and turn them into positive. And I think that's what happened to the N-word along the way. We've taken that ridicule of being called that and turned it into a positive as a coping mechanism. And in its usage that way, one is offended when it is spouted by somebody of non-color. So I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do, but I know that in my own children's development, there have been some negative words that my kids have been called in school. And I have, sure, Tanya Paint, go right ahead. There are, but I don't want to drag this out into a whole bunch of everything specific to something that happened here on the YouTube. I want to go more general into your life because I don't want to make the issues of K Unit mine any longer. But I know that people have taken negative things, and you know, when you're dealing with bullying and you're dealing with being called names, and try to turn that into positives. So if they call you crazy or something like that, you might see somebody act a little crazier when they come around people, or adapt it as a nickname. They go local over there. You know what I'm saying? And take it on as a way of downplaying the hurt. But they just carry that for years. A lot of people wear a lot of emotional scars from their youth. I'm waiting for your question, Tanya Paint. Right now, this topic right now was based on the question that the caller posed, and he wanted to know if a white person calls a black person the N-word, is he racist? And if a black person calls a black person the N-word, is he racist? That was the question of the day. A few times I heard in a joking way, someone's hanging from a tree. When asked, where have they been? Hanging from a tree. People say that. I never heard that. I never heard that before. She, in her statement, she says, a few times I heard in a joking way, someone is hanging from a tree. When asked where they have been by African Americans, where you've been? I've been hanging from a tree. Okay, Tanya, what part of the country have you heard that in? That response. And I don't think it's a bad question. I've never heard it. So to align with that, I have to get more context about when you heard it. They asked where is a particular person that has not been out there for a while. So we're from the north. I'm from the north. I never heard that. Wonderful. Have you heard that before?
I haven't, no.
So the question is, where you've been? Oh, I've been hanging from a tree. What the fuck?
Been hanging from.
Myron, have you heard that before? Hi, Jay.
And what is that? Who is that saying that?
Okay, so well, it's new to the channel for me, Tanya Paint. She says she heard it recently on a panel. Gab, have you heard that before? Gab is back. I'm from the city and we don't say that out here. Okay, so Elaine Smart.
Is that person trying to be funny?
No, I don't believe the person is trying to be funny. She said it's the person. No, they're saying that in their I heard that before. In a second, I'm about to Google. I'm about to go to the Google. Gab.
So what is her question about it, or what does she want to know? Have you heard it before, and that's it?
Oh. So she said they was looking for. Wow. All right. But guess what we're not going to do, guys?
Okay. I see now.
I realize now what that's the undertone for. And you know what? I've been wondering where that person's been too. But I'm going to say something else. Hold on. Let me get myself back on cam. I gotta fix the camera issue here. Well, how come the camera's on, but I'm not on cam? Hold on a second. Because I want to put my face to that one specifically. Because I think some things have been missed here, and I don't want to be the one that missed it.
Right.
And this is what I'm going to say about that young man, because I know he's hurting. And this is what I said on LMP's live last night, right? People, when you lose your caregiver, so when you lose your parents, your mother, your father, your grandparents, maybe an aunt that took care of you, there's a bereavement period of time. You folks on this shit are no respecters of people's fucking pain. You understand? Y'all come up here and y'all talk about, oh, I'm giving condolences to so and so. Fucking keep your condolences. That's how I feel about some of the shit I hear out here. Because y'all don't really have any kind of passion, compassion, any kind of empathy for somebody's fucking loss and their ability to grieve. I don't give a fuck if the person came back up here on the YouTube 10 seconds after their parent died and wanted to be with you motherfuckers on the YouTube. Y'all was supposed to be solace for that person when they was in their time of need. You motherfuckers couldn't even understand how important you must have been to that person during their time of fucking need. So yes, that young man has a lot of growth in him that he needs. I didn't always appreciate what came out of his mouth. I was astonished for it. But when his grandmother died, he didn't need y'all bullshit to add on to it. He needed y'all compassion. And if you didn't have any, you needed to take a fucking seat in the goddamn bushes where most of you be at all of the time. That's how I feel. That young man, right? I don't like the shit comes out of his mouth. I told him that as he spoke the shit, every time he spoke the shit, right? But what y'all could have did, what y'all should have did, that could have been a teaching moment for somebody that needed to be reached. So all these people that are always talking about, oh, I'm trying to reach the youth. Fuck no, you're not. Because when the youth is standing right in front of you and you got a moment where you can embrace them and show them the way, you take the weak route. You take the road everyone's traveled. You don't know the difference. So fuck all of y'all, because I think that's wrong. He lost his grandmother. He's a hot fucking better mess. But in it, he was passionate about a lot of people. Gave people their channels. He did a lot of shit. He came up here and got in fights he should have minded his motherfucking business about. Understood. So you smack him. You smack him around a little bit, but you don't do what y'all did. Now y'all looking for him? He probably amongst y'all as somebody else any fucking way. Y'all probably right now entertaining him as something else, and he's probably laughing his ass off because he's in a chat room now, still talking to you motherfuckers as somebody else. And that's just it. That shit has me so destroyed. And I've been trying not to even think about where he's at. Because I'm just hoping he's somewhere healing. Because at the same time, if he was living in his grandmother's house, I can't imagine the challenges he got before him right now. That any one of y'all, if y'all had some kind of fucking God that y'all prayed to, somebody that you believe in, some higher power, other than your motherfucking mouths, could have helped him. That was not the time to turn your back on a young black man. That was not the time. So I just been quiet about it because nobody wants to hear from me. That's why I take the eviction notice clearly and leave without any reservations, because that's the shit I can't put up with. So I'm sorry that Tanya, whomever she is pointing that out, but I appreciate that you brought that to our attention. But at the end of the day, it's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
And I can't inherit the hate that they got, only because I know it's great here, but you're dealing with people that don't have no moral compass at all.
Exactly. Can't take them serious.
This is all about the views. When they get out of the viewership lane and they get into the reality lane, boy, we're going to be able to accomplish so many more things. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And that's a prime example. That where you at, Gab? That's a prime example of why I be so upset with how we treat each other here. I'm not making, personally, I'm not making the N-word into a positive at all. And what I vow to do for myself is to curtail my usage of it after all of this shit happened. But I'm not making y'all no promises that a mofo ain't gonna be a nigga to me at some point in time. But I will tell you that when I can consciously stop it from popping out of my mouth, I am.
Right.
Because I don't like what I've seen. And I know that when I'm in my professional environments, it don't accidentally slip the fuck out. And honestly, my YouTube experience is an extension of my professional environment, because one day I'm going to make it big. And when I make it big, I can't do that there. You love your niggas, but Gab is a hot stupid mess. But he's just like, I love my niggas. But I was just referencing a conversation you were having with the caller, not saying you're making the negative to a positive. No, I understand it completely. I was answering his question, and his question took me off guard, and I really didn't want to go back down this road with what the pit said, what the other people received it. I really didn't want to go down that road anymore, because I feel it's counterproductive. I feel like it's been taken and dragged through. Don't have me starting to use analogies, because they'll have a fucking fit. And if them motherfuckers make me part of their content, I'm going to be mad over there. But I promise y'all one thing. I don't give a fuck. So even if they chose to make me, and I'm asking them not to. Yeah, this is a new stream. And I'm asking them not to, and they do, I'm going to ignore you motherfuckers so y'all can talk about me for fucking 20 fucking years, and I ain't thinking about you motherfuckers no more. Because y'all don't fuck with me, and I don't fuck with y'all. That's how I heard it, and that's how I'm going to keep it. I understand. And see, when I've always told people I'm going to take a side, I'm taking a side. And that side of me says, I don't fuck with y'all, and I don't want y'all to fuck with me. So I'm just answering a subscriber's question. He happens to be an influencer, and that's it. That's it. Well, I answered Evie's question, but no, honestly, I don't think anybody's messing with me, but I'm just telling it because in this short world that we live in, the subscribers, that question was driven by a subscriber question. It's not what I came up here to discuss, right? That's what happens in other people's platforms. They get driven. Their content is driven by what subscribers want to talk about and what subscribers want to hear. And that's how you get yourself into some issues that just keep extending. He giving his little some on the end. We hear you, Nugget. Oh, Nugget's playing with his toy. Yes, he is. He got a new toy. And then we had someone in the chat come back. I'm going to go back to what she said. So let me get it right. Two black people were speaking, and they asked the other one, have you seen so-and-so? Oh, they hanging in a tree. They're hanging from a tree. That's just disgusting. The more I think about it, please, you know what, honestly, I don't want to go there no more. That was an insult. It's an obvious insult. It came from grown ass people on the internet. Evolve May, she said, who said that? What age group? It came from grown ass people on the internet. And while I'm speaking on grown ass people on the internet, hit me, but I'm gonna do this one anyway.
Mike, you want me to step down, or you want me to step down?
I'm gonna say this because this woman was a pain in the ass to me, and I've let Honey Lot ride out there for a couple of days on this one, but I'm going to make my own little statement on this woman, right? because she's a fucking pain in the ass, right? And she got all of y'all listening to that cracky little old lady's voice and is fucking getting the fuck out of me, right? Because she's pulling the sympathy card, and y'all's all falling for it. So let me help y'all define this shit, because the woman is a fucking liar. Okay? And that's just about it. I don't know what happened in her experience as a dropette. Shout out to every dropette, because I didn't even know you people existed as dropettes. So shout out to y'all. But this is what I'm going to say in that context of that woman, right? I don't know what happened to her there. I know when she came in my chat talking shit in my comments, and I know when I responded to her in my comments, right? So all these people that be like, people be attacking us, I'm only responding. Something was ground zero. Okay? Something was ground zero. So this woman came in my comments and she said something to me, and I responded to her nicely. And because I responded to her, people then alerted me to who she really was. Right? So now I understood why I got the comment I got and who she was in defense of. But personally, when she wrote in my comments, I didn't care who she was in defense of. I do what I normally do with the negative comments. I thank the person for misunderstanding my eloquently put points, and I appreciate their opinion, right? Because again, I'm in the comment world. So it's a written evidence of how you feel. So I normally acknowledge it, thank them for participating in the discussion. If I feel it needs to be corrected, I correct it, and then I move on. Okay? Ain't nobody saying nothing else about her. I don't know anything else about her. I don't know her medical condition. I don't know if she got hit by a Mack truck and needed 50 fucking surgeries and a blood transfusion. I don't give a fuck. The bottom line is y'all need to be more poignant with the questions and find out exactly what happened. I happen to be in the same chat that they're talking about. She was blocking and blocked and whatever. I ain't see all that play go on. I saw people blocking people, right? And I was like, that needs to stop. Period. Everybody, you in somebody else's room. Why are you blocking people that you have a problem with somewhere else? And they show up in somebody's room and you choose to block them. That's wrong. So one woman stopped. Okay. One woman stopped and said, the guy came in the room. Listen to me. The guy came in the room and all the guy said was, hi, so-and-so, how you doing? Blocked. So I asked the question, yo, why we blocking people? They was like, the person talked about me the other day somewhere else. Okay, but what did he do to you today? Can somebody unblock him? So I asked somebody to unblock him because I could not do it. I was driving. Hold on, I gotta reconnect the thing. Don't say nothing. I don't want you to get caught off guard because it thing. It says the chat was disconnected. Please wait while we reconnect. Hit the chat again and see if it's okay. But if you want to get down, you can. It's connected.
Okay.
So that's what the person did. And I was distraught by it because the man didn't do anything. He might have said something in another space, but he ain't say nothing in that space. You want me to disconnect? Okay. He didn't say nothing in that space. And I was mad about that, right? And I asked another person to unblock him. And they unblocked him. And then it introduced, and the other person was Honey Lot. It introduced her into a beef that she didn't need to be in. And it incorporated this woman. So the issue at that point was, if you blocking people that ain't do shit tonight, here comes this person. So that person got blocked. And then the other person unblocked the person. And then I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I watched block, unblock, block, unblock, block, unblock, right? But at the end of the live, the person was unblocked. The person was never blocked. The person was concerned about it and raised the right issue with the content producer. And the content producer handled her business because that's her platform to handle her business on. And she's been very adamant. When I have a wrench in other people's spaces, I don't behave like that. And I would appreciate people don't behave like that in my space. And I agree with her. You got personal. You don't bring it on to somebody else's live. But the people that do that never seem to be the people in the problem. So my good friend Honey Lot, she looked like a fucking mess out here. I'm just going to tell y'all, she just looked like, I just be like, damn, honey, how you getting all this trouble? Like, you worse than me. And that's just it. But I'm sorry I put her in there because I asked her to unblock somebody because I couldn't see that. And that's it. But I put her in that position and I felt bad about it afterwards because it has turned into people talking about lies, people talking about being blocked for no reason. That it had something to do. It had nothing to do with being a drop-it. It had everything to do with why people shouldn't be behaving like that. No, it's simple. I just explained it to you. You don't have to be out of loop. It's a simple story. 4 people was in a chat room. One person said hi to somebody. Another person blocked the person. I'm not going back through it. It's a simple scenario. That's it. You know what I find interesting here on the YouTube? This is what people say. And this is going to be a self-evaluating moment. Hey, Joy. Anyway, I meant to say hi to you as you came in. This is on you. YouTube has a feature, right? People are so proud to say this. YouTube offers you the ability to block a person from your own world. So you don't have to see what they say. You don't never have to interact with them or whatever. And they do. And you can choose to do it. And I know a lot of people that choose to do that, right? So what happens is that you end up blocking the person, you personally block the person. And then when you are in a mutual space with them, that neither one of you are a wrench, right? Have the power of blue, you don't have to see them anymore, right? Weak ass. I just wanted to say that. You're a weak ass. If that's how you're exercising self-discipline, is by erasing the person out of your existence, you are a weak ass person. I'm here to tell you that. Just saying. Just saying. You are so immature, right? You don't have self-respect for yourself that you have to eliminate the person from being being around you. That don't happen in real life. You don't get to just X people out, and you have to learn how to cohabitate with them. So now you're dumb, but it's sitting inside of a room, right? Because I think you're dumb in this essence, right? In this instance. Now you're sitting around talking about, I can't see them. But everybody else now in the chat saying, hi, so-and-so, hi, so-and-so. So you see everybody else saying hi to so-and-so. And you sitting there and you can't even see what so-and-so is saying. Now that person done seen everybody saying hi to you. You could still be getting sneak this dumb ass, but you don't get to see it because you don't have enough self-control to deal with that. Oh. What does that say about you? And I've had conversation with people and they be like, oh, I went right in that chat and I blocked all those people from being on my list so I can. Ooh, this is me. How old are you? Ooh. That's exactly what I say. Now, to each its own. In real life, you remove yourself. Listen to what you said. So here we go. I'm in my spiritual moment. My friends think that I'm not the same, but they just don't. They just don't understand. In my life, there's been a change, right? Places I used to go, I don't go no more. People I used to speak to, I don't speak no more. He helps me. So to hold my peace, I'm gonna be what he wants me to be. I've got the Lord in my life. See, this song's from my childhood. Okay. Yes, you remove everything around it. You don't just continue to go. So the people that you used to hang out with, you change them, but you also change the places you used to go. You don't go no more. So there's a reason why you don't go there no more. Because the people that you're trying to get away from still go there. So it goes hand in hand. The people and the place get eliminated. But you're too weak to eliminate the place that you're socializing in. Girl, please. Y'all gotta find that. I gotta find that. This is my favorite album. It has a church on it. I can't find it, but all my favorite church songs that I used to get to when I was in the Baptist church, because I was baptized and I don't know why I had to do it twice, but I did Usher and I did chorus, and we all know that I cannot sing. So I went to Usher, the Usher board, and I love being on the Usher board because we got to do the little fancy dances down the aisle and stuff like that. I loved it. I didn't like standing all the fucking time, but I loved being part of the Usher board, and I spent many, many years. And I did Baptist after I did Methodist. So I probably did 3rd, 4th, 5th grade as that. So and I went to church all the way in Brooklyn, which means I had to get my little behind on the train, the bus and the train in Queens to get to Brooklyn, and several trains to get to church and be there for 9:00. But it went hand in hand. So I just think y'all should consider that when you're considering blocking the folks out of your life that are annoying. Why not block the place out of your life that is where it is. So at some point in time, we probably was clubbing. And that's where that comes from in the song, right? The places I used to go, I don't go no more. The people I used to and they ask you, and it says, I'm going to hold my peace. I'm going to be what he wants me to be. I've got the Lord in my life. So that's what happens. But the place and the people coincide. What fun is it that you go into a place that you like? And normally, like in real life right now, so in the real life, right, if you go to a place with the people that you don't really want to be in, ain't that the place where shit breaks out at? What song? You got that song, Alethea? No, it wasn't Heather Walker. He might have taken it now. He wasn't singing that back then. It was a lady. Cause it was like Less I Stay. I remember some of the songs on the thing. I lost the album because of the fire, but it was my favorite. It was my favorite album growing up, and the cover was all tatted, but it wasn't a freaking Raya Walker on there. He might have remade the song. What's my other? There was another one on there. You've gotta read your Bible. That's all on that same album. And believe in your Bible. Yeah, that was one. I got a whole bunch of songs that's in my head from my childhood. These new ones. She said, I'm gonna upload that song right now. I got it. Alethea better not have the thing. She might, but you know what? Alethea might just have it. I can't say that she doesn't. My friends think that I'm not the same, but they just don't understand. In my life, there's been a change. Thank you, Lord. I'm not ashamed. I don't know. He was not on there. It was a lady. And I'll never forget because it ends with, you've got to read your Bible and believe. I wish I could sing. Man, I'll be a hot fucking mess. I'll be up in here doing the Nicola. Ha 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 ha. Whatever the hell she be doing. I'm like, she be having all the jams on her channel and she over there giving out spoilers on Power. Well, I think Alethea is doing amazing shiz with her channel. I think she's showing you a lot of her personality, and I think that's great. And that's the part of celebrating life. So she's just celebrating life with you. And again, it is amazing that it's a privilege. So tap yourself, like pinch yourself. Guess what? It's a privilege that people want to come out here and spend time with you, me. I am elated that you want to spend time with me. However small or however big the crowd is, I'm appreciative of that. You're giving me your time, and I'm giving you my time. That's amazing. I'm extremely grateful towards that. A lot of people aren't. They don't understand the value of being appreciated. And I don't understand why they don't get that. Even if one person, and we know this happens, even if one person comes to watch you, you've been appreciated. Count your blessings. I saw this YouTube thing on the homeless. And it was documenting a woman who went homeless in Atlanta. So now I moved into Atlanta. I've left Texas and I moved on to Atlanta. And it documents the story of a woman who went from a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,000. She lost her job. She was unable to maintain the apartment, and she had an infant with her, a small child, right? She said she didn't even have the opportunity to give herself a bed. She was sleeping on the carpet on the floor in that apartment, but she had all the trimmings of a baby for her son. And she went from losing her job, losing her apartment, to sleeping on the street with a baby, to going to a shelter, getting accepted, thankfully, after one night of sleeping on the street with the infant, or a few nights of sleeping on the street with the infant before she could get into the shelter. And then now having a job again and having an apartment. But if you would have seen the optimism on her as she told her story of success, I was like, wow, like in the face of all the bad things that happened, she still found time to be humble and thankful. And now she's giving back into helping out and stuff. And the story was focused on, I never really understand this, right? So they're building more shelters. And I listen to them. And I'm saying to myself, why the hell are y'all spending time building more shelters? Why are we not building more affordable housing? If you are finding the opportunity to build the shelter to house somebody in for temporary, why are we not finding places to build for permanent? So I'm gonna have to figure out how that works. I never got in that level of government where I understood how that works. But it just seemed odd to me. But and they were showing off, the new. But the whole situation of being on the street, sleeping underneath a tunnel with your infant because you've lost your job, not any fault of your own. Amazing. Just amazing. And to hear the strength in her voice and the optimism was just, I was saying to myself, these are all the people that need YouTube channels. So you can hear these stories and be inspired and be like, oh, wow, I could do anything. I can achieve anything. Today is a bad day, but tomorrow is surely going to get better. That's it. They're taking all the housing away, all the programs. Trump is already doing no more help. Crazy. I can't even get into a Trump discussion, but I'll move to one if I have to. Hey, honey, lot. Here's the thing with I don't know what kind of America Trump has seen. I don't know what kind of America he's seen out of his eyes. But I know what kind of America I'm dealing with. And this is why I don't really talk about the political situations anymore, because at the end of the day, the folks that are nearest and dearest to me, guess what they do? They don't vote. And then I gotta host a conversation with somebody upset about the state of affairs, right? But for whatever reason, they choose not to be in the democratic process of voting. And they tell you their reasons for not voting. So while I have to respect their reasons for not voting, I have to also understand and just mindfully remind people that their lack of participation in a system that they say is corrupt or is self-picked. The reason why these shits are corrupt and self-picked and already designed is because they're dependent on your ass not to vote. They're depending, they've already looked at the statistics and they're depending on you not to vote. Let me explain why you know they're depending on you not to vote. Because if we were to give every person incarcerated the privilege of voting while incarcerated, people would be scared of what the outcome would be because they know those numbers might rock their boats. So they don't want to give them the right to vote. They already count them out of the voting process. Everything. If your vote didn't matter, then there wouldn't be excluding anybody voluntarily because they already got you who's not going to vote in the first place. You're an assured non-vote. Or are you? They're not certain what you're going to do. So they make it impossible for others. They do process of elimination whenever they can. So they depend on, and this is another reason why I couldn't fundamentally continue in some of my religious beliefs, because I believe in voting. I believe that if I'm going to be a member of society, I have a right to speak in it. If I'm going, anything I'm going to be a part of, I have a right to speak in it. And I have to check something Gab did earlier, because I think I said I know to it, but I shouldn't have said I know to it, because I should confirm, because I don't trust him anymore. So, but you can't vote. Y'all, it's too much for me today. This is not able to vote, but he is our supposed voice. Why is T.I. not able to vote? What is going on with the T? I gotta go. I hate going to look up. I don't like T.I. You know why I don't like T.I.? Let me just put it on there so that I don't get inundated with T.I. When T.I. told people not to wear Gucci, right? Shit that we can't afford every day. I'm not walking around fucking buying Gucci just for the hell of it, like I would go around and buy, let's say a pair of flip-flops from Old Navy for $1. $5 tops, but I know they're $1, right? He's up here telling people not to buy Gucci, right? All right, I can live with that. But what were you telling people as an alternative? What business were you promoting? Who are you shopping with on the norm? Yes, very true. They're even talking about shutting down some voting places, so you will have to travel for it. It's freaking crazy right now. Well, here's my thought on them closing voting places, right? It's twofold, right? So let's look at this from a practical standpoint. If more people are doing early ballots and ballots are going out by mail and coming back by mail, right? How many voting poll booths do you really need? Well, you gave, I got to check that out, because I think you gave up your right as a felon. You gave up your right to vote, but that's as a felon. Some states restore your privilege to vote. You just have to go and petition it to get your voting rights back. Yeah. Well, they're working on the process of elimination. And they count those statistics to see who's not going to vote. And then they look to see what they have left. But I want to remind people that a lot of the felons that are out here in these numbers, they're not always just black and browns. They comprise more of the American pool than what you think not. Do I really think who petitions? I don't know what is that what T.I. did? He can't vote. I honestly don't care about T.I. I don't know why. I honestly don't care about T.I. I don't know why I'm saying this. When I become famous, I might need T.I. I don't know. What did T.I. do? Oh, Joy. Are they really? Something's wrong there, but I never thought of it to be drugs. I I don't know. I gotta have a conversation with arrest records show they both was arrested for possession. Oh, I didn't know nothing about that. Poor T.I. and Tiny. Now you know I got to go. I got to go check that out. Let's see. I don't know nothing about that. I mean, I think the reason why she um gets mad respect is for the time he was in jail. Oh, really? They were arrested on drug charges. Six times Tiny was a ride or die wife. Oh, they wrote about them in Essence. I'll go to that in a second. Let me just see the arrests. I gotta see this. I didn't know this. They were cuter back then. In Los Angeles, Grammy Award winning hip hop. This is from 2010. Hip hop artist T.I., who is still on probation. So he was still on probation after serving time in prison on gun charges, was arrested along with his wife on suspicion of possessing methamphetamine after police allegedly smelled marijuana smoke after stopping their car. Police booked the rapper, whose birth name is Clifford Harris. Hey, Clifford. And wife Tamika Tiny Cottle for possession of a controlled substance. Oh. Ride or die because she waited for a drug dealer that carried guns to get out of jail. Shaking my head. She a ride or die. I don't know. That's her man. She was so cute though. Like everything's cute on her until you get to her butt. It just be like, what you got all of that for? But some people are blessed. Although you saw, and then when she opens her mouth and starts to talk, they're like, lady, sing. Because every time you talking, you have to sing to me. Oh. Well, she married him for better or worse. You know, there's people around here talking about that's the difference between the married woman and the single woman. The single woman moves on. The married woman, you know, she got a vested interest. Let me tell you something. If my man gets arrested, right? This is gonna sound all ratchet, but he was holding me down. I'm gonna hold him down while he's arrested. Cause now, if he get arrested and I find out he was doing some shit and I wasn't benefiting from it, sayonara. But I better be feeling in my heart that the shit he was doing had some benefit for me, and he was just keeping it on the down low, down low, down low. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, Alethea is out looking for music now. Too much reconstruction about her face for me. I don't know why people don't love the face. I don't understand why they don't appreciate what they've been given. Oh, but they didn't tie the knot until 2010 anyway. So they only been married for like 9 years. I love me some King and Major, don't you? What's the name? I'm just saying. If I find out, like, you know, guys be doing, let's just be real, right? Guys be involved in all kinds of stuff, right? To take care of home, right? They always come into some fly by night, something, right? A real honest man is probably gonna try to do something to hustle and flow, you know, to hold your house down. And I think that's the situation with these other folks as well. And then you find out that the fool, I'm gonna tell y'all, I gotta watch how I tell the story. I know of a woman, right? I know of a woman that I know this happened to somebody, right? Her husband was a provider. He was supposed to be this business owner. She never understood what the fuck kind of business he was in, whatever. But he was making money, right? He was always making money, whatever. This motherfucker was literally making money. But, and when he got arrested, it was like, and she was devastated. I don't know, it had something to do with some credit card scam or whatever. Listen. I'll get on that in a minute. Let me just tell you about her and this man making money, right? So it turned out like when he got arrested, they found out like he was doing some shit with some credit card shit, had credit card making credit card machine. Some bullshit was going on in whatever establishment he had, right? Now I believe she got a consequence behind that because she's an executive still, right? At a company, and she makes big bucks herself, right? Where she works at. So a lot of their finances was tied up when he got arrested and stuff happened. And, you know, it was all over the news. So it was known that that was her husband or what have you. And it was big shit. It was big shit. And he had to go to jail. And he's probably still in jail for it now. And she filed for a divorce, right? But she filed for a divorce for financial reasons because you don't want to be tied to this fool. But she didn't know what this fool was doing. It was so devastating to us. We was just like, and then you know what was so big about it? Some of us didn't like him. And out of all of us, she kept telling me that I probably was like the most honest friend to her. I never said it wasn't me to like him or dislike him. He never did anything to me. So I didn't really have a feeling for him. I didn't really go to a lot of events because they didn't live in state anymore that they had. So I missed a lot of things that family gatherings. So I didn't really socialize with him that much, right? But other people did, and they had their take on it, right? And all I was saying to her is take care of yourself. And she was happy to get the divorce because of the humiliation. But I'm sure that in her heart she loved her husband. But it was just very deceitful, whatever he was involved in. So I get that. But he was making money. You know what I'm saying? He was keeping up with her and their lifestyle. And she went through a period of time when he first got arrested where she didn't even want to speak to him. And she'd spoken to me, and I was like, that's a bad look. He down and out. Even if you're not gonna ride it out with him, you should at least speak to him. Make sure he's in good spirits, because doing time is hard. And this is somebody you once loved. Now, I did time with somebody, and my only condition was if your ass get arrested again, I won't be doing this again. And I didn't. As soon as he got arrested, like a couple of days after being out, I surely didn't want to do that again. Yeah, she made more money than he did, but so let me correct that. She earned a good salary. She's a 6-figure jigger. And he had an illegal business, and he was a 6-figure jigger. So they was living it up, the house, the everything, and whatever. But there came a point where some shit went wrong, and he ended up getting arrested. And their finances were in shambles for a long time behind his arrest and his fines and everything else associated with it. So even though she didn't know what kind of business he was in and what he was up to, and he tried to protect her as much as he could, he took her out, and it's stupid. The whole story was stupid when it happened. I was just like, you dumb fuck. Like, how dumb can you be? But and I say he was literally making money because whatever the situation was, they had fucking credit cards and all these kind of. He had credit cards when they went in there. He had a credit card making machine. What the fuck is a credit card making machine? I was like, we can make credit cards at home now. What the fuck is this? Anywho, but it's the shit people do. All right, T.I. and his cheating. I ain't got no friends that is housewives from Atlanta. Which one? No, the woman from Housewives. You know what, Phaedra? Honestly, this happened before the Phaedra shit occurred with her. No, Phaedra and her husband. Fuck Phaedra, okay? Phaedra's a fucking liar. Sorry, Gab. Phaedra's a liar. She knew what that man was up to. So I'm moving on to T.I. and his cheating. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. That is between him and Tiny. At this point in their relationship, I feel as if there's some weird dichotomy. Shut the front door. Everyone stop. A celebrity influencer has entered the building. I'm going to give a moment of silence so you guys can say hello to my good friend, my kiddo. There we go. Thanks for coming over. I have to whisper and all because it's like it's an honor to have her here. Anyway, you said you could deal with the dude doing a little something on the side. So what if he cheats? No, I didn't say a little something like that. I'm talking about a little something on the side. I'm like, girl, I ain't mad at him and his little something. But I'm gonna tell you, shh. I wish I was in a private live and back. She said, that's so disturbing. I just wanted them all to say hi to you and give you your mad respect. That's all. There's nothing but love for my kiddo. Are you kidding me? And that's it. Let me just say this. You want me to talk about T.I.? You want me to talk about myself? I'm not gonna say I'm too old now to endure cheating. And I've already told you guys that I lived through a cheater. I have had the worst experience with a cheater. Like, he was dead and bitches was jumping in the coffin like they could fuck him now. I was like, this. God damn. That dick is that great while he's dead. Goodbye, my kiddo. Like, I just was sitting there in awe. Like, mm, mm, mm. But real talk. A woman knows when she's being cheated on. And I've watched some things happen in my own life. I can only speak from my own experience. And I remember one of my episodes of having like a fit about thinking somebody was cheating and whatever. And I remember one time an outburst to the effect of, I do what I do for you. You have everything. And I seen somebody rob Peter to pay Paul to make sure that Mo was good. And I had to come to a compromise with myself and be like, that's not what I want. So I better make sure I make it known that all the materialistic things are not that important. You know, it has to be some sexual urge that has you out here doing the stuff that you do. And then once the person got diagnosed and they was no longer active, and we was in the hospital, and I had to curtail people's visits around here or whatever, I realized, and we had many discussions before he passed away, why some things happen. And I got to ask very poignant questions, and I believe I got honest answers from him about things. I got a lot of closure to a lot of things. And sometimes the reason men cheat is not always as simple as you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a woman. Can a person live life on the edge like that be faithful? But that's when you got to give up the lifestyle. But I'm just going to say this to any young person out here who believes that their man has given up the lifestyle. He's given it up for your visibility, but it may not be the reality. And that's what I'm going to humbly say based on my own experience. And that's it. And if I really had realized that the lifestyle had never dissipated, I would have kept trying to bask in the stuff that I was basking in. But at some point in time, like, you just grow out of some things. I don't even know who Tasha and Ghost is. So you're going to have to help me out with that. She up in here, I'm a couch potato, just like Tasha and Ghost. Who the fuck are they? I don't know them. Your visibility, I agree. Yeah, it's just like, I think that, and honestly, you have to evaluate, I'm sorry. You have to evaluate the man you got. don't feel like going into how to cheat and get away with it. Cause I don't want to tell the men over here that I want to fucking castrate how to do this shit efficiently and get away with it. She said it's a show, Power. I did 2 reviews on it. So Ghost is in Power. That's okay. T, is Power 50 Cent's show? Yeah, I don't do 50. You're walking all the way to Subways? Y'all gonna try to catch a what? Y'all trying to catch a Pokemon? Please be careful. And what part of the city? There's no sex trafficking in New York. Love you. Okay. Are you going now? Yes. All right. Okay. Damn, Mo. You like, I just started watching Power because I was peer pressure. No, you don't have to be peer pressure into watching Power. But I don't watch Power because it's a 50 Cent thing, right? And that's about it. That's all I'm gonna say on the 50 Cent thing. I think his art represents life, and I don't want to see it play itself out on the big screen. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, if that makes any sense to any of you. That's just my own personal take. Actually, the other day, some girl the baby got kidnapped, right? And I was like, there's no sex trafficking inside of Jersey. And then lo and behold, there's some teenage girl that's missing, and she shows up on the sex trafficking site now. So I had to eat my words last night. So I'm going to just watch what I said. You have a good idea of the man you have. A woman's intuition is stronger. It's about trusting it. Yes, it's about trusting it, but it's also about nurturing your relationship. It's never a good thing to be in a relationship with the cheater. In my opinion, it's never a good thing, right? Because he could bring you home some STDs. He could bring you home her money, right? It all depends on what you're willing to take for it. And some of these women that you see out here is enjoying, or they are basking in the relationships that they know that their mate is having. So like my dumb ass, right? I will tell you numerous times, right? I was inundated with women around me telling me so-and-so is cheating. So-and-so is cheating. And what my good man did was say, you gonna lose your good man listening to them bitches. You go right ahead. And I was sitting there like, what should I do? And then there comes a maturity level where you gotta command the respect. So when I was 20, right, 25, 26, because this is the years I was with this man, right? And he was 9 years my senior, right? So when I was 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, I went for a lot of this bullshit, right? Because I wasn't in my own yet. I wasn't that confident. So I went for a lot of the BS and stuff. But I understood clearly that if I had a good man, that I could lose because it wasn't a battle for me to be in. When I got stronger in myself and who I was, he could no longer cheat on me and get away with it because I was good to go. And the turning point was the day he left, right? On his own, packed up his shit, moved out, go join the other bitch, right? I came home. I told you guys this story and discovered the fucking house was vacated. The nigga moved this shit out. I was like, I immediately got on the phone and called the side chick, who now became the real chick. I called that bitch on the phone and asked to speak to him. I didn't call his phone. I called her phone and asked to speak to him because I had a suspicion, right? But I didn't challenge the suspicion. So I called her fucking phone. Hey, this is Mo. Can I speak to Cheek? The bitch was like, she's calling my phone. Yes, bitch. Real bitch shit. Here I am. And I was like, is this what you really want to do? And he was like, yeah. Okay, I'm good. Make sure you bring back the keys because you cleaned out the fucking place. You could have slipped the keys under the fucking door. Like, you didn't do this shit like a pro. Just make sure you bring back my keys or whatever. Then I went and got my kids a dog. And we was moving on happily ever after. And that fool didn't see me upset. He saw me going on dates, coming back on the house with a Hummer. You know, I was moving forward. Goodbye, creep. And then I think the straw that broke the camel's back was, well, I know the straw that broke the camel's back. I came home in the Hummer with a new dude, and that fool moved all his shit back in the house. Shortly thereafter, the following day, his shit was back home. So he had to make a choice if this is what he wanted to do. And then that's when I guess the cheating took 101. Like, he had to step it up. Like, I'd never catch it again. Like, it'll never get caught. And that's a real live conversation. And then I knew I was the winner. I knew I was the winner when that happened. But I didn't have much time to bask in that win by that point, because I think by the time we got to our birthdays, which didn't matter to me, I told you this story. I said he moved out, moved in with this chicken head bitch. I called that bitch on the phone and said, hey, this is Mo. Can I speak to Cheek? I'll hold. And he was like, I was going to call you. I know you was. I just wanted to beat you to it. Yes. And I was ready to move on, because if you wanted to leave, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was mad as a fuck with myself that I didn't change the locks, because of course he never returned the keys. But I never felt any kind of way that he didn't return the keys, whatever. I wasn't calling that motherfucker asking him where my motherfucking keys was. Besides that one conversation we had on the phone, and I'm going to tell y'all I'm lying, because he did return the keys. He had made himself another set. So he did return the keys, or the kids let him in to move back in. Them fucking traded kids. I think the kids moved back in. Because he did come and return the keys, because she was in the car. So she sat in the car to make sure he returned the keys, and he did this whole big thing. And I was just like, really? And then he gave me a kiss on the forehead. And it's crazy, because our most intimate kisses was the kiss he always gave me on the forehead. And that's when I knew. Like, I was standing at the door and I was like, this motherfucker that made a mistake. I'm gonna make him live it up. And I just lived it up. You hear Nugs? Nugs is crying because T is gone. No, he couldn't believe it. But believe it or not, he was extremely proud of me, because I had grown up. I had grown up, and I had handled myself in such a way that you couldn't take that away from me. I just had handled myself in such a way. Like, it was just like, no, she didn't. Yeah, she did. She did. She did that. She definitely, her did that. And that was it. And that was the whole story. But he did cheat thereafter. I just didn't find out about it until he was dead. or until, let me correct myself. I didn't find out about it until he was in the hospital when we was dealing with the cancer, and some bitch showed up, and I had to have a physical fight with some woman inside the hospital. And everybody was surprised because I had been so sheltered. I whipped her ears, but I try to be nice about it. I handled my business. Who gonna check me, boo? Welcome to the first time here. Just pull up. We try to stay in alignment with the conversation. Happy to have you. Oh no, our most intimate, like the kiss on the forehead, horrible thing for me, because when I met him, he was kind of like he was in a relationship, but he didn't tell me he was in a relationship. But he was in a relationship, and I used to stand and block the door to block him from leaving. Right, so I'd be standing at the door, like, no, you can't leave. You can't leave, and this and that. And he kissed me on the forehead. And he's like, I'll be back. That's a promise. I'll be back. That's a promise. When he got really, really sick with the cancer, he was like, we didn't do the kiss on the forehead anymore, except for that very last day. And I should have known when I was leaving him in the hospital on that very last day, because he gave me that kiss on the forehead. And he hadn't been giving me the kiss on the forehead in a long time. And that's it. It is what it is. Yep. So anywho, yep. I went and I was dating. I was a hot mess too. I was trying to date everybody. I was like, what? You want to date? But I wasn't fucking everybody. There's a difference. But I did go on a date. I did. The guy with the Hummer, though, he owns a church now, because he was studying to be a pastor, and he worked. He was part of the swim. He was one of the coaches, and he also cleaned the pool. I think he cleaned the pool as his job for the New York City Parks Department, and then he was a coach on my son's swim team. And he had been hitting on me for the longest time. So I entertained him with a ride home one night, and the ride home almost got him smoked. But and then I didn't see him no more at the thing. Like, he was avoiding me because he was told to avoid me. And that was it. And then I was told, you won't be going back to swim meet. I will be doing swim meet. I was like, oh, excuse the fuck out of me. I'll be doing swim practice and everything. I was like, oh, excuse the shit out of me. And that's how life went. But cheating is devastating to the woman. It is just devastating. Poor Nugget. And that's it. It's just devastating to the woman. And you go through a whole bunch of emotional bullshit behind it, emotional baggage. Now, what do I do today when guys tell me they cheat? It's so weird because I don't even like. I got a lot of guy friends, and I know the ones that cheat. I don't have no conversation one way or the other. I don't tell them to stop. I don't like. I guess I am just one of those people that will just help you along in your bad ways. No, I don't think that's what I do, but I'm telling y'all, when I write the book about the funeral was a hot fucking mess. The way the women came in, and then this is the part that gets me, right? Is that women don't have no self-respect for themselves, right? Especially the ones that are the other woman with knowledge. So I have to say, how are you the other woman with a broke ass man? Like, I understand the ones that are the other woman and the guy has influence, money, whatever, and he's taking care of you. But how you the other woman and you taking care of the other woman's man? Don't that make you feel a certain kind of way? I'm just asking the other women. Like the side chick bitch. Don't that make you feel a certain kind of way? Like, you got this man part-time, you got a full-time expenditure on some part-time shit, and he goes home to her. I don't even, honestly, to be quite honest, Yvonne, I don't think they even lie anymore. I just think, I don't even think they lie anymore. I think that the boldness of man today, he probably has told her a zillion times that he's fucking with other people and she's just not hearing it. I think that's exactly what it is. And she's just not hearing it. I think he has told her and she's just not hearing it. Or I think she has accepted because the pickings is so limited. Crazy scenarios. Damn, T.I. did federal time too? He bought unregistered machine guns and silencers from undercover federal agents. And they gave him 366 days to make sure it was a felony because a misdemeanor, in order to be a felony, you have to serve more than a year. So that's a day more than a year. That's crazy. Let me get out of this man's lifestyle. I don't really care about it. I don't know how I missed this whole drug thing. I guess I wasn't really watching people that closely. Yeah, that's that girl story. Let me see. Oh, that's crazy. Y'all have any more questions for me? This started out with a... Oh my God. A little info for anyone who uses public restrooms. The two circle areas in the picture are places where a drug addict has stuck their needle into the toilet paper to wipe the blood off so they can potentially reuse the needle in the future. When you use a public restroom, always check your surrounding area. You never know what you will find. All right, that's just fucking gross. Get your own fucking tissue going into the bathroom. The side chick has expected all the bullshit. Maybe all she needs is her phone bill paid and her weave tightened. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I think we need to do a survey and find out what the other woman is getting. If you are the other woman in a relationship, the side chick, I'll get you a call-in line. Just let me know if you want to call in and explain to us what you are getting my thoughts on a child in New Jersey. I'll tell you about that in a second. I'm baffled. But if you're a side chick and you care to tell us what benefits you're getting from your wonderful man, I'd love to hear about it. We could do this anonymously. I don't know how we're going to do this anonymously. I'll keep you anonymous. Once you accept cheating, you are a side chick as well. Let me contemplate that right there. I gotta contemplate that one. But I do want to know what they're getting because okay, let me get to my age group. In my age group, right, the 40 somethings, right? My cheating guy friends are not doing much in their new relationship, on their side chick relationship, besides the date and the fuck. That's all I'm seeing going on. I'm not seeing them investing too much money on anything else but the date and the fuck. She's doing all that shit, keeping herself up. I'm not saying them. And the only reason why I kind of know that they're not is because they ain't doing too much of shit in their first relationship. My one friend that has enough money to do shit, he don't. This is a weird shit. Like I have a friend that has some money and he has a girlfriend and she's got some shit going on. And they got all kinds of fucking problems, but the cheating is not one of his issues. She's the only person. They're the only two in a relationship that are not having. He's not having sex with no other woman, but their shit is just out the door. And he's only staying there because of kids. And they ain't even his kids that he's staying there for. So it's kind of crazy. And he be in my area all the time about how he got caught up in this relationship. Look at Kevin Hart. He had a good wife. He cheated with the other woman, got her pregnant, and now they're married. Okay. Kevin Hart also did the shit that men with money do. So, it's on another level. But I'm still contemplating that if you know he's cheating, then you're the side chick too. So that statement is saying once a man has been identified as a cheater, every woman in the relationship with him is a side chick. Who's the main chick? Or are you saying in that scenario, there's no main chick? Everybody's a side relationship until he can settle down. That's a question. I still want to know what people are getting. The way I see it right now, I'm seeing men. I see men ask too much of women anyway. And I see women always ready to give, including myself. I will help somebody out. But you got to be mindful what you're getting yourself into. So I'm not helping nobody out these days. But I'm not going to say that I haven't been taken advantage of, to say the least. And once you realize it, you have to be like, well, this ain't for me. And that's that. And that's the truth. But you see, the problem is that people are not going to admit that they've been taken advantage of. I gotta read this. It depends on what the guy has. If you only have sex, that's all he have to give. If he has money, you probably don't have holidays and insurance. That is so interesting that you should say that. That is so interesting that you should say that. Because before I realized that I was a side chick in my good relationship, before I became the main chick, um, who now by this woman's definition, I might have always just been a side chick, depending on how you want to wear your badge of his womanship. Um I had all holidays. I wasn't like that Mary J. Blige song. I had all holidays. I had Thanksgiving because it was just so easy to come through and eat with you in the daytime and probably go home, hang out with people. It didn't like really, it all depends on what the relationship was, how the relationship started. All depends on how they fit it in. But then again, maybe for me it was a little bit different because I don't do Christmas, so I would never be looking for somebody for those type of holidays. I do Thanksgiving though, but I don't do Christmas. I don't do birthdays. T, didn't she just tell me she was going to Subways and she was going to catch a Pokemon? Are you here? Like, did y'all catch a Pokemon? Is
He's leaving at 2.
Oh, when did he get here?
He didn't get here.
Oh, okay. Did you go to Subways?
No, I'm not going to the street.
Oh, all right. Just checking in. There will always be. All right. Wait a second. I gotta go back now. Gotta go looking into side chick rules. In other words, huh? Nothing's wrong with the TV.
You said that you can't see something on TV.
No, I think sometimes the volume goes on the TV. I don't remember. I haven't watched the TV in over a year. In other words, some side chicks have very lucrative men. I agree. The ones I don't know, they seem to have this like what's the guy from Love and Hip Hop? No, was it Love and Hip Hop? Yeah, it was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. T, what's the guy's name? Remember the man that had the side chick that he got pregnant with the girl that makes wigs? Okay, they put their whole life on hold, no marriage and major lifelong benefits. Well, I'm happy for them. Honestly, I wish I had moved out of New York City and went down to probably Atlanta when everybody else was going. I probably have a whole different lifestyle right now. Yes, men cheat for many reasons, and they seldom has anything to do with how good his wife is. Yes, I think that is true. I want to get to a comment that I think Elaine wrote. There will always be a favorite ride or die. The door will open regardless of how many he has. Who's riding and who's dying? I don't know because, again, I can only speak from my own experience. Well, I will say this, right? Some relationships with some men may be harder to sever than with others. And that's just the way it is. But it all has to do with how you are received. Nah, it's not Sierra. It's the one that makes the wigs. Oh, it could be. That could be the side chick. What's that guy's name? Come on, he's like a big asshole. Oh, on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, right? Remember, the chick owns the salon. She owns the Kurt. Yeah, Kurt. There we go. There goes that newsman again. Kurt. Kurt. Is it Kurt? It's Kurt. Is it Kirk or is it Kurt? His dumb ass. He's like the dumbest fucking cheater ever. Like, men need to slap his cheating ass. Yeah, he's the only one. Like, he's like Rashida. Yeah, Rashida and Kurt. Come on now. Yeah, the boutique. Come on now. I was so mad at Rashida. But you know, she hurt. But what they doing now? What, anybody got an update on that? I ain't watched that. Alethea, you watched that? We're gonna go to our handy dandy phone and do a search. Kurt. I thought his name was Kurt. Oh, there that fuck is Kurt Frost. Kirk Frost. Rashida's husband is how he's referred to. Ain't that some bullshit? I want to see what they doing now. He is 50 years old. He got Kai, Carter, Cannon, Kelsey. Well, let's see. This last thing is from just wait a second. Kirk First's former mistress goes off on Rashida after the Love and Hip Hop star. Hold on, let's see. This it's from BET. Oh, doesn't look like Jasmine's boo is going to stay on the sidelines this season. The tea is still piping hot as one season ends and another begins. Following the conclusion of Love and Hip Hop New York, the new season of Atlanta spinoff premiered last night, and the episode already has fans buzzing. Coming out the gate with unexpected harmony, Rashida and Kirk seem to have accepted Kirk's love child, Cannon. Okay, stop. Are we calling these kids love children into their family? However, the peace was quietly disrupted when Rashida decided to throw shade on Cannon's mother, Kirk's former mistress, Jasmine. During the premiere, Rashida is shown spending time with Cannon. However, the meeting came with the reality starlet offering up some unsolicited criticisms of Jasmine, her husband's former side chick. Even though it's been hard, I'm ready to accept Cannon as part of my family, she said in the confessional scene. Go Rashida. I'll tell y'all why I'm saying go Rashida. However, after noticing that Cannon was still wearing pull-ups, Rashida had to comment. She said, "This is my first time knowing Cannon, and yes, it is a bit of an eye-opener. Yeah, he is in his terrible twos, but I ain't gonna lie, if he was being raised in my household, ain't no pull-ups at 2." Well. Let me see. That's crazy. I wouldn't call that kid no love child though. But I don't watch this show. I watch Girls Cruise and Little Kim and Black Ink Crew. All right, I don't know about them. She accepted him cheating one season. The next season she had a baby on her. He had a baby on her Once you accept it, you're a side chick. All right. She accepted him and the baby. Man, but honestly, if I was Rashida, I'd do that too. If I was Rashida, I'd have done that too. He never picked up the rap career, so she is a broken woman tag. I know Love Child is it is an old term, but you gonna call it a lust child? No, I'm just saying honestly, I don't think there was a relationship there that he wanted to mess with her. She was I'm not gonna call her a gold digger, but she was an opportunist who needed opportunity. In this land of trisexuals, when they're trying everybody's sex, look at her lifestyle. Like, she's a stripper, right? Then she's sleeping with the woman, right? Wasn't she kissy with the woman? Then there was something going on. They was on a threesome with this dude and shit. You know, the pimp, whatever the other guy is. I couldn't follow it no more because I couldn't take it in. Their whole storyline when they came up with this shit, and then they had the guy that they was meeting and shit. Like, I got so disgusted that he had a whole fucking apartment for her that I was so through with him. But the level of money that he had access to, she deserved that. That is equivalent for their lifestyle, right? Now, the other people on that same show that was cheating and the lady got into the fight with him, I was just like, so this gonna be the fucking cheating show? I can't do it. I just can't. These women on some special shit. It's sad he cheats every season and she took him back because he bought her cars. This is some car shit. Who was talking to me and they said that somebody cheated and got a new car? Well, Lord knows. Can I please get the Willy Bobo? Because I need a new car. I'm just saying. I just want to be honest with my bullshit. Just get me the new car. You know, I just have to be honest. The fuck, they getting cars. One fucking you get a car. The fuck, you get a car. You get a car. Spread your legs. You get a car. Bitch, I don't want you walking. Just spread your legs. You get a car. Come on now. I need a car. I'm just saying. These women get everything. They're getting cars. I need a boat, a plane, a jet. I don't know. Because he bought her cars. Next thing you know, she's lowered to being a sister wife with apartment and cars and all. Yeah, that's just crazy. But see, that was the thing, right? All these love and hip hop dudes, right? Remember fucking Peter over here in New York? Well, he moved to New Jersey, but over here on the New York episode, and that fool went and had both women living in the same apartment building, and he was going from what's the name's apartment to the other bitch apartment. Now, I don't know what's going on with Rashida and the tramp, right? But as far as New York was concerned, Peter Guns and T, whatever her name is, that was so sophisticated, and the other chick that was so distraught. I'm surprised they ain't had no ball out fight with each other. I got a new car and house and everything, but wait a minute, somebody got new cars, houses, and shit. Cause your bank between your legs is supposed to be profitable. I'm just gonna say that. And everything. But there is a dark side, even if there are financial benefits. Ooh. The dark side is you don't really have his heart. Scrappy married and had a baby after Bambi. Wait a minute. After Bambi was in the hot tub with Kirk. Fuck out of here. Bambi was in the hot tub with Kirk. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Well, Scrappy's crazy ass mama, she just killed my ass. Scrappy, I'm gonna tell you right now, Scrappy's mother and fucking Jim Jones' mother with that fucking what was that shit she was on? Jim Jones' mother was, oh man, psychotic bitch, right? They are what made the YouTube folks believe that they could get reality shows out of this YouTube shit. I'm convinced. Because some of the shit I see people do, you won't even expect. How about fucking crazy ass Young Jock? I just want to leave it right there. But Scrappy was ugly at some point. He looks good. He's a guy that needs to be chubby. I'm just looking to see when he got married. He married Bambi in 2017. Looks like they still married. But they only list one child. So Bambi had a child? Why is him and Erica having a problem over the child? Scrappy married. All right. I don't know nothing about that damn woman being in. Wait, I'm gonna have to do something. I have to try to get this chat to be bigger for me. Amina and Tara, that was just messy. But I was waiting for them to have a fight because I wanted to see who was gonna win. I was rooting for Amina to whip some ass over there. Cause I just want to see Tara, because Tara could cut you with her smart ass voice. Like, oh, well, you knew he had a girlfriend. Why would you sleep with him? Like, I was just like, bitch, it's over with. I slept with him. Fucking Amina just had me so like, I love me some Amina though. I was just like, go get him, Amina. Go get your man. But what I didn't like about Amina was that she thought she had papers on him. And I was just like, girl, let me tell you about them papers. Them papers mean nothing. Oh, Miss Tawana, you done took the stuff down before I could read it. Okay. Let me let that one out. Hold on out the box. It says Mama Jones. Yeah, Amina and Tara was the worst. He went back and forth for about 5 seasons with them. That shit just, they were just, but see, that's because Tara, for some reason, Guns had to be making money. She was up there doing all kinds of shit. She was just special. Bambi has a new baby. Bambi just had a little boy, one child. You too. But I thought that he had a child with Erica. He had a daughter with the other girl. The two that killed me was Stevie J, and that shit he was doing with Stevie J and fucking the Puerto Rican princess. No, I don't want to fuck with her because she might come and get me on YouTube. I'm going to leave that bitch alone. Who was married? Peter Guns never married. He, to my knowledge, he never married Tara. He was just living with her. And they had the 2 kids, and they was supposed to be like in a committed relationship. And he was running around. Amina was supposed to be his whatever it was. She's not a client, but his artist. And he was fucking his artist, and then he married Amina, and he had to break that news to Tara. So Amina was running around with papers on him while he was still. But in that episode, when the season began, the last season I watched, he woke up in an apartment building, sleeping in one girl's bed, left it, and went to the other girl's bed. And that's when we found out that Tara was pregnant too. So Amina was the one that got married. Stevie J, Mimi, and Jocelyn. Yeah, I'm just like, the Love and Hip Hop shit was good. It was good. The reason why I stopped watching it, Mona, just so that you know, is the manipulation by Yandy. I couldn't fucking take. Because Yandy had everyone think she got married, all this other shit. Like, I was just over it. She didn't file the paperwork. You understand? I was over Yandy. I never really liked, I never really, I never liked Yandy, period. In life, I just never liked Yandy. Yeah, see, when Yandy did that, it was just over. And what's his name out of jail? And I was so sick of her and Mendeecees. Me and Mendeecees. I was like, fuck you and Mendeecees too. Take your fucking Mendeecees and shove it up somebody else's ass. Mendeecees. Can't even spell his goddamn name. I'm going to say Yandy's supposed to be husband. And all of this shit, I don't know none of the songs. That ain't only thing. Jim Jones is the only one I know some songs that he might have put. Yeah, and I damn sure didn't want to watch her adopting some kid episodes. I was over her ass, her righteous ass. I'm done with her. And that's why I can't watch this. All right. Nope. Monica first season, Amina was married, but thought he was not living with Tara in a relationship. He was just, listen, shut the front door. That's the story she wanted us to believe. But we saw him checking in and checking out of Tara's house and running in. The first season, he married her. Yes, I said he was married to her. He married her because she was his artist. But she didn't disclose to us that they was married until the season finale. So the beginning of the next season, you see him. No, I think that was that one season. Then they went through their bickering about it for a whole nother season. And then the following season, you see him at the start of the season waking up in the bed with Tara, and she pregnant. They had the big white sheets. And that's it. And she pregnant. And then he went downstairs to Amina. And she already had the baby. Bullshit. I call bullshit on him for that. Damn, that's where are all the baby mamas at. Yandy been missing. I think they wrote Yandy out of the script. Yandy bought them heat with that bullshit she pulled with the wedding. And then remember, it was always she was pulling shit. Come on, the kids are having a birthday party, and she goes and gets whatever her name is. She gets her all upset. If somebody says I look like her, I hate the fact that people tell me I look like her. Yandy's friend, who's got it going on. What's her name? The one that is with the other guy. Kimbella, yes. Yeah, people tell me I look like Kimbella. Kimbella shows up. Kimbella's ready to scrap. I like me some Kimbella. She be ready. She stay on ready. That's how you know she from New York. She stay on ready. She like, oh, we here. Where the shit at? Yeah. So she revs up Kimbella to have Kimbella like up there, like she about to throw some shots. Man, Dizzy didn't have a baby on Yandy. Yandy took care of Mandisi son. Yeah, no, he didn't have a baby. No, Mandisi did not have a baby on Yandy. Mandisi was running around here fucking people and got himself a rape charge on Yandy. That's what he got. But honestly, I think Mandisi was involved in some other shit, and Yandy didn't want to marry him because she says her money was going to be affected by it because he had to pay restitution. She is a full of shit rich bitch. That's all I'm going to say. A full of shit rich bitch on reality TV. Listening to Jim Jones recorded combo reminded me of a YouTube moment. What recorded combo that Jim Jones had? On the Tekashi case, please don't get me started on Tekashi. I for Amina, she was sick in love and followed his orders. I liked Amina. So I felt for Amina. I think that Peter Guns, they should tie him down and castrate his penis and they should take away his ability to make kids. That's what I think. I think they should cut it. You know how they take away the woman's ability to carry anymore? Hysterectomy, they need to do a vasectomy. They need to vasectomy his shit off. Who needed a green card? Amina needed a green card? You gotta be kidding me. That's a damn shame if she needed a green card. I'm way behind, y'all. Wasn't it for a green card? Okay, Joy, the sister is here too. I don't know about that. I thought they Dominicans, right? Maybe, I don't know. Do you need a green card to be a Dominican? I don't know. Don't start me telling no lie. Oh, that wasn't sure. Oh, Chrissy whooped Cambella out. Who? Oh, Chrissy now. Y'all think Chrissy won? Is there a new fight with them? Chrissy and why would Chrissy and Cambella be fighting? He did have a baby on Yandy. Who had a baby on Yandy? Oh, you're right. There goes that news van again. Let me see. Wait, let me see. Because that's how they got. Yes, the girl that was in the apartment that Yandy was trying to evict. How old is that baby? Yeah, because he already has 10 kids. Yeah, they need to get that nigga a vasectomy. There's a limit now. I like Amina too, but she is a classic dumb blonde. She's not even blonde. When it comes to Peter, glad she got a new man finally, and Peter is sick about it. Honestly, personally, you women from the older days, y'all gonna get mad at me. I think the reason why you have the men in their midlife crisis is because they be looking for your old pussy. So they gotta go find it in some young pussy. And that's what happens. So the key to success is keeping your old pussy young again. I'll let that settle in for a second. Grab your, clutch your pearls. Clutch your pearls. I must say it again for the people in the cheap seats. I think what happens is that as you age with your old pussy, they look for the comfort zone of that young pussy. And they leave you for the young pussy. And I think that's what happens to Amina and Thing. Because I think the old pussy just comes with too much baggage, too much conversation, too much responsibility. All the zest is gone. You see the people that are inside those relationships that are like 40 years or whatever. They have such an intimacy that you see the man wanting to want the woman. When your man no longer wants you, girl, you better go check that. I'm not saying that he should. So who gonna check me, boo? I'm not saying that he should. I'm just saying that as a woman, one of your main goals is to satisfy your man, right? If you see that slipping, you need to address that quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's how they get in. Can I get in? Can I get in? That's how they get in. When you start slacking and thinking your shit is all great and gravy and whatever, whatever. When you don't see him desiring you, you need to check that. See, the years of all those people talking about, oh, not tonight. So, y'all gotta check that shit. Check that shit hard. He should be excited to see you every time he see you. If he's not excited to see you every time he see you, then you've got some issues. He should be excited. You should give him a reason to be excited. I don't care, whatever it takes. You should give him a reason to be excited. If you're not, somebody else will. Or has been. And then once you find out by who gonna check me boo status, you will become the side chick. If you want to prevent becoming the side chick, then you better handle your front chick shit. You better handle the main chick shit from the gates. And that's it. And I'm sorry, all those people that be like, I was handling my main chick shit. No, your main chick shit covers a lot of bases. It covers the full scope of managing him. It covers everything. It's not just simple. It's not just the sex. It's everything you do. It's how you speak to him. It's how you embrace him. See, he could still come in there and have sex with you, but you could be the nagging bitch that he doesn't even like to talk to. So he ends up in the other woman's bed because she's not the nagging bitch. Now, Mo, I just submit my guilty pleasure of these kind of harmless, messy combos on YouTube. It's an entertaining and learning experience. It is an entertaining and learning experience, but at the same time, it's really an honest conversation about being a woman. Because although this may sound messy, at some point in time, somebody's in that situation. And she needs to have the full honesty. B, you will be cheated on if you think your shit is invincible. He will go. You can go check out all the other channels with the men over there slaughtering the women. And this is why they're slaughtering you, because they will leave. They will leave and check out something else. They're prepared to. That's what we're hearing from them day in and day out. They are ready to exit because they're not getting what they need. That's all we keep hearing about. They're not getting what they need. But check this shit out. They're not telling anybody what they need either. And you know why they're not telling? So this is what the guy tells me last night. They're not telling women, right? So then they're telling us what we ain't got for them, right? But they're not telling us what they need because they don't want to let the alpha male know that they got this need. Fuck out of Georgia. Ms. Tawana. Somebody always told me that. I don't know. I think it was Eloise, though, that my good friend Eloise, she was like, you always want a man that loves you more. And she said she was sick of me because I always had the men that love me more than I love myself. And she said she was just sick of me. She was just like, I'm just so fucking sick of you because they love you. But you know why men love me? the ones that love me, is because I am a ride or die. I'm gonna ride this shit out. When I'm fully invested, I'm gonna ride this shit out. That means I'm taking on hard times, good times, bad times, every time. I'm trying to find anytime, every time, everywhere. Your wish is my command. But with that being said, a lot of people don't care to do that. And I've gotten to a point now where I don't even want to do that because I'm not willing anymore to give myself unconditionally and not get it in return, or have to wait on the return factor and see if I'm going to get it. Fuck that. I ain't got no time to be investing that much energy in man. She said sometimes he's just a dog. like chick. Well, I know when I spoke to Chick, he insisted it had nothing to do with me, which is why he stayed around me. And he said he felt so guilty. But see, I had learned how to make him feel guilty about it. Because that's when I was my sweetest. Like, if I felt like something was going wrong, I was like, oh, you know what? That's the day when I just come to the door naked. Or that's the day when I'm walking around town naked with just the coat on. It's just the craziest shit I would do. But I am her. I am her. You can expect anything. I'm her. Like, I'm just her. That's it. I'm not telling y'all no more because y'all know what happens. These fucking hater gators, right? Come back on the YouTube and they just be like, and you know what she did? And you know what she did? Because I got life. Majah ain't got none, right? And you know, the holy poly ones, they have a fucking fit or whatever. But just to leave your imagination open. I have done it. So that's it. And he's never been the least bit unappreciative. But that is true. I am willing to be a queen to my king. You know what? Some people say that. Some people say that. I'm willing to be his queen, right? But I've learned here that people don't even understand the roles of the king and the queen. But they say they're willing to do it. And then some people just don't understand the most simplest thing. It's the simplest things that will have a man just stay put. It's the simplest things. It's not that complicated. That's why they want to tell you they don't want to share, because the alpha male will hear it, because it's their most vulnerability. When you hear a guy tell you, I'm at my most vulnerable point, chug your ear, girl. Write that shit down. Stop. Write it on a little receipt. Write it on the back of a receipt because you got them, right? But you just got to secure it. You got to do more listening. Believe it or not, they do a lot of talking and tell you what they personally need. So where we be like, oh, he didn't communicate it to me, and I don't know what it is that he wants to this and that. That's not really true. He said it, you just not listening. Yes, I agree. I didn't have 23 years, but you had 23 years. And you said death do you part. It's a beautiful thing to rise to the end, make memories. Everything you do in life, you should be making memories of. Well, that's good. Do you know that, and I'm not throwing no shade on nobody's channel, but I did see a topic come through my feed the other day, and it said that single women cannot get along with married women, right? There's some kind of different thing, right? And me as a single woman, I feel it comes from the world of married women. But I would have loved to see. No, it's not a YouTube king and queen title. It's in that relationship. Like I've been here, right? And I've listened, like I've been down on myself, right? And somebody will come and say to me, but you are a queen. And I never want to hear you say that you're not. I've had good conversations with good men. For whatever reasons they are. It's interesting that you say that. Taking care of you emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually. I had a conversation with somebody recently, and he said to me, he's in a relationship with somebody, right? He's like, right, I'm coming to New York soon. Wanted to let me know that it's coming to New York, right? Somewhere in the conversation, we talked about being a protector, right? But it has to do with me being up here in the city, right? Um, let me just real talk it for a second, just to walk out into the scenario, right? I was living in Jersey, fine as could be in Jersey, right? Everybody was worried about me being in Jersey because I was far away, right? Only had one little run in with somebody, a dude that I couldn't get rid of, a stalker talker, right? But everybody was like worried about me. Come back to New York, come back to New York, right? I've been to New York, I ain't seen that motherfucker. So I'm ready to go. But me still being in New York, I still hear people are, concerned about me, worried about, just me being here by myself. Now, understand this. I'm completely covered in the building I'm in, right? There's some real dudes on deck here that come from my neighborhood, that live inside the building. I don't see them that often, but I do check in and check out occasionally. We've had some parking war shit where I've given them my spot. We done some shit with parking as a unit. Some fuck shit that we done been involved with in the parking stuff, right? But for the most part, I'm good, right? I'm safe, right? And people feel secure about that. But every man don't want to protect every woman. Every man is not going to put his life on the line for every woman. My dumbass, I just happen to be lucky enough that I got some people willing to put their life on the line. And I can call them and be like, such and such happened, this and that. I had to come to the reality that that's what it was. I was taking it for granted until some shit happened. And I saw them put themselves in a predicament. And I had to rethink it. But every man is not willing to do that for every woman. And this is when you know the difference. When a man has a daughter and let some shit go down and see what he won't put on the line for his daughter. If he ain't give you that same energy, check yourself. Check yourself. Because he will put everything on the line for his family without any hesitation. I'm certain of that. I've seen it happen too many times. And some people take it for granted. Some women extort it, misuse it, don't appreciate it. But there are people out here, when they are committed, they will. That's the only requirement I have a man. Because he's not, like, I know my son would put himself on the line for me. No hesitation about it. And I seen me do some crazy shits for my son. And I know I would do some crazy shits for my daughter. But whenever there's a hesitation, second thought, I saw the most interesting thing waiting for my daughter to come out of work the other day. Spanish looking couple comes outside and gets into the car, right? And the guy opened the car door for her, put her in her seat and everything. And I was just like, oh man. I remember those days. Made me start looking while I was in the parking lot at all the different relationships, right? And it's got me looking now, and I'm watching them. And so I said to myself, he's a guy loving his chick. He wait for her to get all settled inside her car, close inside the car, close the door, went around and put himself in there, right? Loving him. That's a rare sight. Now I demand it, right? It just goes with the territory because I'm so used to it. But it doesn't come with every territory. I sit there and wait for the fucking door to be open for me to get out. Don't let me be in man's car. I'll be like, okay. I wonder where he going that I'm still sitting in the fucking car. You better get your ass over here and open the goddamn car door. No, I don't say all of that, but I just be like, I test people all the time. But and I wait. And normally if you're valued, they'll conform. And that's it. It's a simple thing. Some guys can't stand it. But I've had to whip a couple, and then you just know when your relationship is going sour because you have to remind a motherfucker. One thing I liked about somebody is that I gotta say somebody these days, is that he, as I walked, he put me on the inside shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, you got a way you got. I used to be like, oh my God. But I used to do shit just to make him have to be walking all around me and shit. But it's always been like that, even when I was a teenager. And I remember that. And I always was like, he does that so effortlessly. Just shifts with me. But I can't marry him because life is just the way it is. I mean, just like, I can't marry him. Let me see. I disagree respectfully. It comes from single women. They know everything, but not married. But they try to tell women what works. Oh, okay. This is why I like listening to other people's perspective on something. So, single women, the problem I have with single women, right, may align with what you just said. I think I strongly, and I've said it for years that I've been here and in practice, I feel like married women should not confide in single women their marital issues at all because they can't relate to you. Ooh, Nightbot got you. I gotta see. Don't write again, Tawana. Let me see what you wrote. Because Nightbot took the whole shit out. You don't have to be married to talk with women about women issues. Oh, the cap locks. You did all cap locks. Fucking Nightbot just popped up in there and just fucking knocked my heart out. What I was gonna say, you don't have to be married to talk with women about women issues. You don't have to be married to talk to women about women issues. No, you just need personally, I think first and foremost is you need to be a woman to talk about women issues, right? And then I'm having a problem here on the YouTube because I see the masculinity the masculine part of some people want to define who a woman is. So I see that as being an issue. But when it comes down to the married women versus the single women, I believe that the married women should seek counsel of other married people, because there is a dynamic to being married that is not the same as being single. And what you're experiencing as a challenge in marriage requires experienced people to help you through it, to vet it. You don't learn that in a book. You learn that through experiences. And I really feel like you have to, yeah, that hating ass, he took a thing. Not married wouldn't shouldn't confide intimate details of the marriage, but single one. Well, I don't feel like, personally, I don't feel like you should be telling any of your intimate shit with anybody, married or indifferent. That shit should be with you and your partner, right? That's number one. But I feel that as women, we tend to go to our friends when we have an issue. And all I'm saying is, if you're dealing with a friend who is single, you may not be getting the best advice because you're not going to somebody with the same experience level in that part. And fuck it, if you're going to somebody, F it. If you're going to somebody that has been, yeah, I'm not discussing, no, I'm discussing past intimacy, right? If my current situation, I ain't discussing that, right? I've been here on the YouTube and I shared the current relationships, and those shits didn't go down good with y'all, right? Because y'all wasn't ready for me. Y'all wasn't ready for my honesty. So now I just keep my shit to myself. But you should not be discussing marital issues, right? Things that stresses that are unique to married couples are not the same to a single couple. And is it not even the same to that single couple that's living together like they're married? They don't got the same stressors that you got, because the person never committed to that person, and they can leave at any time and it's just a regular breakup. In a marriage, when that person leaves you, you're destroyed, because a union before God has been consecrated. And if you are in a spiritual space, that's taking a twofold, because what God put together shall no man take us under. I done heard that shit from some married bitch then told me that, right? When I'm telling her, go check your man, because ain't nobody even thinking about him. But, she's quoting Bible scriptures and putting out links with all of us. And I'm like, so you're saying to me your shit's not working? Because if you're disclosing to a woman that you feel threatened by, and you're asserting your marital privilege, and you're telling me about it, if I was really gunning for your husband, bitch, he be gone. Because you just told me he was up for grab. But you gotta know who you gotta know who you're talking. You gotta know who you're talking to. That's just my opinion. My BF is married, and I always say I'm not married, so you don't want my opinion. I know that's right. But don't you be listening to shit and you be like, this bitch is so lucky and she don't even understand. Like part of the reward is that he married you. But I think that's part of the big head of some of the married women. They believe that just because the man married them, they've won. Bitch, sure, you guys a piece of paper. Now sustain the paper. You got the certification, but are you certified? I'm just saying. I don't give advice on relationships, married or single. I just listen. Nah, girl, I be all up in there talking mad shit. This the first thing I be saying. You gonna lose your good man. I always tell people, even when they got a fucking bad man, I be like, you gonna lose your good man. You know why? Because I don't want to tell my friends that you gonna pick some fucking bum ass nigga as a. See, there I go. Now he's a nigga. There's an example of a nigga. That you done pick some bum ass nigga. I don't feel like spending your time telling you that. But I've listened to stories of they just been gross. I've listened. I was just about to tell y'all something that somebody told me, and I've just listened to some stories of some people, and I just be like, and you're dating him because you feel like she needs to be more tolerant because she married him. Hell no. You have the same expectation of love that a single person wants. The bottom line in all relationships, what we crave for is the respect. And then there's just a level of disrespect that you will not tolerate as a wife, that you may tolerate as the girlfriend. And I think that's what it is. And I think the wives wear this role like they are. And you know, from my own personal experience, I've had to say, like when I was in this, so let me just give y'all the situation. Once upon a time, not long ago, a guy, friend of mine, right? Very good friend of mine, was in the same area I was in. Okay. And he was spending the night in the same area, right? But not with me. So let's just be clear. So he was not in my house. He was not in anything with me, but we were in the same area. So this chicken head doofus, wife of his, went on his Facebook, right? So it says friends near. So she went on his Facebook. All right. So that means she logged on from something in their house that's mutual to them and went in as him. And in his Facebook, she could see who was near him. So it says Monica is near him. This bitch created a messenger with the three of us in it, her, me, and him. And she dropped her marriage certificate in this messenger. Now, I was sleeping. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning, and the fucking messenger went off. So I was like, so I was sitting here and I'm reading the messenger, and I'm like, but why would she send me her marriage certificate? So in that messenger, I said, good morning. Do y'all really want to hear this story? And I asked him where he was at because I was lonely and it sounds like he's not at home. So bad, right? So bad. I said, from the looks of things, it sounds like things are not good at home. Where are you? And then he texted me. He was like, get out the fucking messenger. I was like, shit, if a bitch gonna come for me, I'm gonna give her something to come for me for. Like, I'm mad. I wanted to call the messenger and call that fucking bitch. You have no idea. And then she was in there throwing her little religious scriptures all up in there. I was like, bitch, if you had a God, you definitely not enjoying him and all this stuff. Well, God put us under. Man, I was so done with her dodo bird ass. I went out for breakfast. I'm just like, I can't. From loving. Who's Mariah? Oh, song starts like that. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. I got nervous. Yo, you know, Mariah Land is a fucking mess. You know, she's a mess. You said you was going to hear my advice. Girl, you going to lose a good man. That's facts. Pull that coat. I'll be like, yo, you going to lose your good fucking man. And I was telling, and it's so crazy because this chick spent the rest of her day now, right? Because he didn't answer her because, of course, he was heated, right? But I did ask him to help me move. So I did plan to be around him. And I guess that's why he was up in this area early in the, you know, that night before so he could link up with me in the morning to help me do the move, right? But nobody was doing nothing outrageous, right? And I just was like, and I told him, I feel so sorry for you, but good for your ass. Like, maybe I didn't say I felt so sorry for you. I said, I don't feel sorry for you, so good for your ass. You got just what you wanted. You married that bitch, and now you stuck with it. And I love to make you suffer. You know, recently I spoke because, you know, occasionally he does call me. He was like, you know, checking in on me. And I just checked in on her and was like, how's she doing? He said she had a stroke. I was like, well, are you taking good care of her? He's like, do you really want to know the answers to that? Mom? Yes, that's your wife. Are you taking good care of her? Has this hardened your heart at all? Crazy bitch. I think she crazy. We all thought she was crazy because even his family, like, because that day she spent, yo, this shit is so crazy. She spent her time calling every last family member that she had a phone number for to be like, I think he's with Monica. He was. And they was so like, when I was, they were texting me and stuff and was like, are you? I was like, yeah, we're moving me. He should have told her he was going to move me. That's his business, not my business. I gave a date. He didn't show up on one of the dates. Right? So she must have got wind of that shit and put a monkey wrench on my date. But this next date went down and it went down and that was it. And I don't want to hear nothing else from her or anything else. If she was that bad, she now had the GPS location show up and show out. Kick his ass. I'll help you. Y'all heard me right. Kick his ass. I'll help you. But and you know what? I like if I was ever attractive, she just made me so unattracted to him. I'm just like whatever. But he did tell me that she had a stroke, and I was like, oh, are you taking good care of her? I think he probably went to spit at me through the phone. But I do know he watches my YouTube, so I gotta watch what I say. But personally, I don't care one way or the other. I have no emotional attract. I'm not emotionally attached to him any longer, and I damn sure don't give a fuck about her. Just saying. And it's not because I'm a side chick, it's because I'm the only chick. She'll have the papers, but I got the heart. No, I'm just playing. But I'm not really playing. I'm being dead ass serious, but I'm trying to act like I'm playing here because I'm trying to be subtle about it. Make sure you marry a man that loves you more than yourself. Well, the saying is he loves you more. Anyway, that's just it. I don't got no advice for anybody. So please do not take this as relationship advice because I ain't got none. I'm only could tell y'all what works for me. I don't know if it's more than you love him, though. Because how is that even possible? That's like the nerd Negro. That's who you get stuck with if he loves you more than you love him. But you should just. But understand, love changes as time evolves. It either gets stronger or it gets weaker. Either they fall out of love or they fall more in love. Well, I don't know if you fall more in love, but love changes. It's not the effort to cheat, because I was reading a book and the guy described why he cheated. And sometimes it was just opportunity. Like you have to, like, I don't know. I guess because I've been friends with guys, when I ask the question or why I know why they cheat. Sometimes they just want to hit that ass. Like they just a piece of something passed by and they just want to hit that. That's it. Quite simple. Well, I don't know, because see, like, traditionally, the guy proposed to a woman, right? That means he loved you and he wanted to marry you, right? So he wanted you. And you had a choice to say no. And you didn't, right? But what about the circumstances where nowadays the women are proposing to the man? Or there's some kind of pressure that had people getting married. Back in my day, people got married because they got pregnant. I would have to go with Elaine though on that aspect. When I think of Chico, I normally am very happy, right? Um, but that absence made the heart grow fond. Now, in my daily life, the absence of man doesn't necessarily make my heart grow fond. And these goddamn men of today, right, believe that it does. Like, I'll hear that, like, oh, you didn't speak to me, and wow, absence made the heart grow fonder. No, it made my heart say, fuck you. Simple. Because I'm at a different stage and phase of my life. I am not in the 20-year-old category. I'm in a 40-year-old category. I'm not looking for 20-year-olds either. I'm not reading Kid GQ. I'm not reading GQ Junior to figure out what that man should look like. I'm not looking for boys to men. I'm looking for if I'm looking for a man, I'm looking for a full-fledged man, which is why I can't equate to the man who's looking for a woman with childlike tendencies. Now, if I really had some sophisticated dude out here, I would hope he would say he wasn't looking for a woman, he was looking for a lady. Then I'd be a little bit like, oh, all right, I could go with that. He's got class. He's got standards. But for the most part, nah. You want to know what really could piss me off though? When you're a full-fledged woman and somebody's looking for a girl. Hello? Oh shit. Hold on a minute. Hello? Every time I turn around, this fucking police department shit is calling looking for donation for some reason. I don't know why the police department keeps looking for a donation. I'm not gonna be as rude as I was last time. I just hung up the phone. But that's about it. See, that's why I don't answer unavailable numbers. But I will go take me, start reading my book, go back in, go. Oh shit! I gotta do something to that last video. Now y'all got me editing shit and stuff. And that's it. I'm gonna go. The guy writes pretty good. I like his writing style. It's pretty good. You could tell he's a man of education. He's got quotes inside his book and everything that he actually footnoted in and stuff. The birth rate for unmarried white women has since steadily increased. Anyway, I'm going to skedaddle on my way. This video started out answering a question from a viewer. It turned into a good conversation with a bunch of viewers. And I appreciate the time you gave me and the conversation. Shout out to Evolve May, Joyce Chit Chat, Elaine Smart, Miss Tawana, of course, Diane Sagittarius. We had a new joiner. I hope that you return. Who's gonna check me, boo? Of course, I started out with Wonderful Excellence and Eric B on the cut, No Mistakes Allowed, because to him, he moves the crowd. He's the one who started the question. I think we had Miss Coleman in here instigating his question from the start. Did I miss anybody? That was Gab came through and blessed us with another appearance. Man, y'all had messages that were hidden. I missed that one. I think I said Alethea. And then I think I called. No, there was some other folks. My kiddo. How could I forget my kiddo? I'm thinking of a name. I know I had the Pits, but I had somebody else that comes from the Pits world was in here. I think it was Finest. I have Finest in here. I'll just start writing down names as I see them. But thank you for taking the time to spend it with me on a Sunday. And I will see you guys later. This is Mo. I've got to go.